Psychology of social comparison. Why social media makes us feel dissatisfied. Have you ever felt like your life is falling behind after seeing someone's story or post? Why can just a few minutes on Instagram lower our mood? Is the problem us or our brain? Today, we explore why social comparison is one of the most powerful and potentially dangerous psychological traps of the human mind.
What is social comparison? 1954, psychologist Leon Festinger proposed the social comparison theory. He argued that human beings evaluate their own abilities, success, and worth by comparing themselves to others. Festinger, 1954. There are two main types of comparison. Upward comparison, comparing ourselves to people who are more successful or better off, and downward comparison, comparing ourselves to people who are worse off. In the past, our comparisons were limited to
neighbors, co-workers, friends. Today, however, we compare ourselves to millions of people worldwide, instantly. Why has social media intensified social comparison? Psychologically, three major mechanisms explain this.
filtered reality. We compare the behind the scenes of our lives to the highlight reels of others. Research shows that curated self-presentation on social media increases upward comparison and lowers self-evaluation. Vogel et al., 2014. Algorithmic amplification. Social media algorithms prioritize highly engaging content, often success, beauty, luxury, or achievement. Repeated exposure creates a distorted perception that everyone is thriving. Availability heuristic. Tversky and Kahneman, 1973. The more frequently we see something, the more common and normal it appears. If we constantly see wealth, perfect bodies, or achievements, our brain assumes this is the social norm, even if statistically it is not.
What happens in the brain during social comparison? When engaging in upward comparison, the amygdala, threat detection center, becomes activated. Cortisol levels increase. Feelings of inadequacy and social threat emerge. Neuroscientific research shows that social rejection or status threat activates similar neural circuits as physical pain. Eisenberger and Lieberman, 2004. From an evolutionary perspective, in ancestral environments, social status influenced survival and reproduction. Therefore, the brain reacts strongly to perceived social inferiority. Excessive social comparison is associated with reduced self-esteem, anxiety, depressive symptoms, dependence on external validation, and reduced intrinsic motivation. A large-scale study found that higher social media use is significantly associated with increased depression among young adults. Lin et al., 2016. Additionally, Facebook use has been shown to predict declines in subjective well-being over time. Cross et al., 2013.
Why even successful people continue comparing? Because comparison has no endpoint. If someone earns $1,000, they compare themselves to someone earning $2,000. If they earn $2,000, they compare themselves to someone earning $10,000. This phenomenon relates to hedonic adaptation, the psychological tendency to quickly return to a baseline level of satisfaction after positive changes. Brickman and Campbell, 1971. Achievement does not silence comparison. It simply raises the reference point.
Evidence-based strategies to escape the comparison trap. Self-referential comparison. Instead of asking, "Where are they?" ask, "Where was I 1 year ago?" Self-comparison predicts healthier motivation and self-esteem, by Wood in 1989. Regulate digital exposure. Reducing time on social media has been shown to improve well-being and decrease loneliness, by Hunt and et al. In 2018. Be intentional about what you consume. Gratitude practice. Research indicates that writing down 3 positive things daily increases overall life satisfaction and psychological resilience. Emmons and McCullough, 2003. Reframe comparison as information. Instead of interpreting others' success as a threat, reinterpret it as evidence of possibility. Cognitive reframing reduces negative emotional responses and increases adaptive motivation. Social media is not the primary problem. The real issue is a mind that has forgotten that every life follows a unique trajectory. If you take one action today, compare yourself to who you were yesterday, not to someone else's curated reality. Your growth is personal. Your timeline is unique. If this video helped you, please support me by liking, subscribing, and sharing it. Thank you so much.